Welcome to your next lesson on diagramming sentences. Today I'm going to show you how to diagram compounds, whether they're compound words, phrases, or clauses. First off, you need to know that the word compound it's a thing that is composed of two or more separate elements, as in whole elements. An independent clause, we'll be working with those today. An independent clause is a complete thought that has at least one subject and at least one verb. A simple sentence is equal to one independent clause, and an independent clause can have a compound subject and or a compound predicate. Also, you need to know that a compound sentence has two or more sentences in it, or should I say, two or more independent clauses. A coordinating conjunction, which you may know as fanboys, can connect, they do connect to equally ranking elements. Those elements can be a word, they can be a phrase, they can be a direct object, they can be clauses. In a compound sentence, a comma will go before the fanboys if the two independent clauses are connected by fanboys, that is. Also note that this lesson builds on previous lessons by incorporating vocabulary that has previously been taught. The usual rules apply, but I want to go ahead and add this rule right here, number 3. I want you to know that conjunctions, specifically coordinating conjunctions, are written on dotted lines. Now, the coordinating conjunctions are going to be written on dotted lines that are straight. They're straight lines, not diagonal dotted lines. Other conjunctions will be written on dotted lines as well, but they would be diagonal. For the first example, I've gone ahead and prepared the lines for you so that I can have them ready when I talk them out. So the first thing that I need to think about is this sentence says, my family and I own a cat and 2 dogs. Who or what is this sentence about? It's about family and I. Notice that's got 2 subjects in it. So I'm going to go ahead and connect those subjects with that dotted line. Whose family? My family. So, and is a conjunction, so I'm going to go ahead and label that C. My is a possessive pronoun, so I'm going to go ahead and label that possessive pronoun. Now, what do my family and I do? We own. We don't really do anything else in this sentence. We own. Own is an active verb. That is why I drew the vertical line to the right of the word own, because what do we own? We own a cat and we own 2 dogs. So we own cat and we own dogs. A cat, 2 dogs. That is A is an article. It's connected to the word cat. My pen is messing up on me here. Dogs, it's not an article. It tells me how many dogs. Since dogs is a noun, then I know that the word 2 is functioning as an adjective. And cat and dogs are my direct objects. I am also missing the word and, so I'm going to go ahead and write that in there. And I'm going to label that C for conjunction. And that's how you label the first sentence. Okay, now let's pretend the sentence doesn't just have only one verb, which is own. So I've shrunk the other sentence that I diagrammed and I put it right here so that you can see it and compare the two. And so now the sentence reads, my family and I own a cat and 2 dogs and spoil them rotten. So now we do 2 things. We own and we spoil. Okay, and those are joined by the conjunction and. It's coordinating conjunction, those are equal elements, they're both verbs. What do we own? Again, I've got this vertical line right here because own has a direct object. In fact, it's got compound direct objects, just like the other one does. So I own a cat, and I own 2 dogs. So a cat, 2 dogs, just like the sentence before it, except it's connected to the word own. The only thing I had to do is I had to draw this fork right here to add the word spoil. Who do I spoil? Them. So cat, dogs, them are direct objects. A is still an article. 2 is still an adjective. And then I've got a line coming off the word spoil, because how do I spoil them? Rotten. They're spoiled, rotten. And so now, since rotten is attached to the word spoil, which is a verb, rotten must be functioning as an adverb. And that's how you diagram a sentence that has 2 subjects and 2 predicates, yet this sentence is still considered a simple sentence. Now you try. Go ahead and diagram this guided practice sentence on your own. While you're diagramming, pause the video. Okay, now that you've unpaused the video, I'm going to go ahead and diagram this sentence for you. I'm going to go ahead and put some lines in. If you see that your lines are completely different from my lines, then you can go ahead and pause the video again after I have the lines in. Okay, here are the lines. If the lines don't quite match what you had on your paper, go ahead and try again. While you're trying, pause the video. When you're ready to see the answers, unpause the video. Okay, now that you've unpaused the video, let me talk you through this. Who or what is this sentence about? It is about my dad, and it is about my sister. My dad and my, oops, I did forget a line. My older sister. And I should have the word and written there. Okay, so I've got a possessive pronoun right there, right there. Older is coming off of the word sister. It's identifying which sister, so therefore it is an adjective. What did my dad and sister do? They attended but left. So they attended but left. So attended but left. The word but is joining those 2 verbs. Okay. They attended what? The game. Attended is an action verb. Attended what? Game. Therefore, game is direct object. Whose game? My game. So my is a possessive pronoun. Okay. And they left early. Left is still an action verb. Early tells me when they left. So I'm going to go ahead and put early there. Early is connected to the word left, the verb left. So therefore, early is an adverb. And that's how you diagram a simple sentence that has a compound subject and a compound predicate. Okay, let's go ahead and diagram another sentence that has compounds in it. This one says, Susie, Celine, and Willow are my pets and play well together. Who or what is this sentence about? Susie, Celine, and Willow. So I need 3 lines for subjects. Susie, Celine, and Willow. I need to go ahead and connect those lines and connect them with the word and. And is a conjunction. I'm going to go ahead and draw my little fork there and have this part ready. So they're my subjects, Susie, Celine, and Willow. They are my pets and play well together. So it looks as if I have a compound predicate again. They are my pets, and they play well together. Okay, are, I see the word and there, so that must mean that they're connected. They are. Now, are, I recognize that as being a linking verb. What are they? They are my pets. So pets is going to be a predicate noun. Okay, so pets, predicate noun. And then they play well together. Well and together, it's not really an adjective. It's not a noun. So it looks as if well and together describe how they play. So I'm going to go ahead and draw 2 lines there. They play well together, and those must be adverbs. And that's how you diagram that particular sentence. Now, I'm going to go ahead and shrink this sentence and bring in one more to show you. Okay, I've shrunk that sentence, and so now I've added this sentence that I'm going to go ahead and show you how to diagram. This sentence reads, Eric and Aiden are brothers, and they quarrel often. Eric and Aiden are brothers, and they quarrel often. I'm seeing a comma before this fanboys. So I'm going to go ahead and think, who or what is this sentence about? Eric and Aiden are brothers. It sounds like a complete thought, yet it's part of a bigger sentence. So I'm going to go ahead. It looks like it's got a compound subject. Eric, Aiden, the word and, okay. They're the subjects. And the word, I recognize the word are. It is a linking verb. What are they? They are brothers. Brothers is a noun. So that must be a predicate noun. Okay, so now I've got the rest of the sentence. And they quarrel often. Well, whenever you have a compound sentence, because this right here, this stands alone as its own. That is an independent clause. But whenever you have a compound sentence, you need to connect that sentence with the next sentence. So the word and is the conjunction that's connecting them together. Okay, who or what is that sentence about? It's about they. So I'm connecting it to the word they. That's the they is the subject of that clause. What do? They quarrel. When? Often. I did not mean to make that line curved. So they quarrel often, which makes that an adverb. And that's how you diagram a compound sentence. And as you can see, there are 2 different clauses in there, and that is why I'm using the compound sentence pattern when I actually write the sentence out, which is independent clause, comma, fanboys, independent clause, period. Now you try diagramming this sentence on your own. While you're diagramming, pause the video. If you're having trouble setting up your lines, then unpause the video and I'll draw the lines. Then pause the video again, try on your own, and unpause it to listen to me walk you through it. Here are the lines that I drew for this sentence. I may have left off a line, but I'm going to go ahead and talk you through it. If you don't want to listen to me talking you through it, go ahead and pause the video real quick. But here goes. My dad and stepmom love me. So who or what is this sentence about? My dad. And my stepmom. I don't have the word my in front of stepmom, so there we go. But I do have the conjunction and. What do? They love. Who do they love? Me. So therefore, love is an action verb. Me must be a direct object. My dad and stepmom love me, comma, so. So I'm going to go ahead and put the word so here. That is also a conjunction. So their rules are firm but fair. Who or what is that clause about? Rules. Whose rules? Their rules. I knew I left a line off. And I recognize the word are as a verb because I can change the tense. Yesterday they were firm but fair. Today they are firm but fair. So that's a verb. It must be a linking verb because it's not showing an action. It's showing a state of being. They are firm but fair. So firm is an adjective. Fair is an adjective. They're both describing the rules. So firm but fair. And I did forget one more dotted line here. I need to add the word but, which is also a conjunction. And then these are predicate adjectives. There is a possessive pronoun. So my is a possessive pronoun. My dad and stepmom love me, so their rules are firm but fair. And that's how you diagram that sentence. Now, you need to go ahead and try diagramming these two sentences on your own. The first sentence reads, the brothers and sisters work well together but sometimes have conflicts. And the second sentence you need to try diagramming on your own is, I threw a small ball and my cat surprisingly caught it and brought it back. Good luck. When you're ready to see the answers, tune in to my next video, which describes the lesson 4 homework answers.